Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Lauren Coe, the Member of Provincial Parliament for Whitby and the Chief Government Whip. Welcome to the Ability Centre, and what a great home. It's the home that James Michael Flaherty and Christine Elliott led the development of, and it does tremendous work here in the town of Whitby. I'd like to introduce a couple of my colleagues that are with me. The Honourable Peter Bletham-Falvey, who is the Minister responsible for Treasury Board, and Rod Phillips, the Minister of Finance. And Rod represents the riding of Ajax, and Peter, Uxbridge Pickering. Just make sure I get it straight, Peter, right? That's right. Well, it's nice to have Raymond Cho here again at the Ability Centre. Raymond is the Minister responsible for seniors and accessibility. In opposition, Raymond and I sat beside each other for a better part of 2 years, and we spoke regularly about a variety of issues, and one of which was accessibility and inclusiveness. And Raymond's been a long-standing champion for accessibility and inclusiveness, so it's fitting that he's here at the Ability Centre today. He's joined by his parliamentary assistant, Daisy Way, who's also been a long-standing champion for inclusivity and accessibility in her riding also, so forth. So Raymond, why don't you come forward here and make your announcement, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be here, and I would like to take the moment to thank the Ability Center for hosting us. You know, I come here so often. I was promised this morning I will get the full-time membership here. I would also like to thank my colleagues for joining me today. I feel very honored. I have my two favorite Minister for Treasury Board, Honorable Peter Bletham-Falvey is here, and my favorite Minister of Finance, Honorable Rod Phillips is here, and my PA, Daisy Way is here, and my favorite government whip. He gets all the respect, even though he's a whip. He's very gentle, but very firm. A good friend. Since 2000, the Ability Center has gone above and beyond to advance inclusion and accessibility for people of all ages and abilities, bringing together families, friends, and neighbors in a spirit of inclusion. One of the highlights of my role is having the privilege of meeting Ontarians every day. And after gathering input from across the province, our government has heard about the challenges people with disabilities face in everyday lives. That is why earlier this year, our government introduced our new Advancing Accessibility in Ontario framework. This is a part of our plan to build a more inclusive and accessible communities and our commitment to supporting programs that help people with disabilities build key life skills and fully participate in their communities and economy. Today, we are here to build on that commitment to move forward with our work to make Ontario more accessible and inclusive for everyone. Our cross-government framework will help focus the province's work in 4 key areas. The area we focused on when we announced the framework last month was breaking down barriers in the built environment. Today, we're here to talk about another area in the framework. Before I get into more detail, it's important to note once again that our new framework was informed by the Honorable David Olney's recommendation in the 3rd Legislative Review of the Accessibility for Ontarians in Disability Act, or AODA. Making Ontario accessible is a journey, and when communities and businesses are accessible for everyone, it benefits all of us. So, how do we achieve this in Ontario? And what are we as a government doing to keep driving forward that goal? To put it simply, we lead by example. And that is the area within our Advancing Accessibility in Ontario framework that we are here to highlight today. Leading by example means that we are taking an all-of-government approach to improving accessibility. Our government has made accessibility a priority, and we have shown it is a priority by creating dedicated, standalone ministry entirely focused on making a more accessible and inclusive Ontario for people with disabilities and seniors. We are putting more focus on cross-ministry collaboration and accessibility than ever before. Our government, under the leadership of a Premier Ford, is leading by example by using an accessibility lens, by evaluating capital project applications and spending public tax dollars. For example, while developing provincial criteria for the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program, or ICIP, the Ministry for Seniors and Accessibility worked closely with the Ministry of Infrastructure to establish accessibility as one of the 4 main objectives. That application will be evaluated under the program's Community, Culture, Recreation stream. Projects will additionally be evaluated based on exceeding minimum standards, use of universal design principles, accessible guidelines, and innovative solutions to increasing accessibility. These commitments not only demonstrate our government is leading by example, but also supports our work in the first area, breaking down barriers in the built environment. This is just one example out of several that shows how our ministry works closely with other ministries in our commitment to making Ontario more accessible. One event that has brought many ministries together to support people with disabilities in accessing employment opportunities is Connections. This annual session connects youth with the disabilities with the mentors across OPS, Ontario Public Service, and help them prepare for the job market. We also continue other important work with the partners across the government and beyond to remove barriers for people with disabilities. For instance, we're addressing accessibility in hospitals by resuming the Healthcare Standards Development Committee. This includes issues such as a greater need for sensitivity when communicating with the people with disabilities in hospitals. We have also resumed the Education Standards Development Committees. This will help support students with disabilities in the publicly funded kindergarten to grade 12 and post-secondary systems, and as they move from one school system to another. We'll also be considering recommendations from the Information and Communication Standards Development Committee to assess to make information, digital communication more accessible. I look forward to working in collaboration with the ministers, Minister Lecce, Minister Elliott, Minister Romano, on these recommendations. As our government continues our journey, our new Advancing Accessibility in Ontario framework will support and focus our work on making our province more accessible for all of us. We remain committed to continuing to create changes that will make a positive difference in the daily lives of the people with disabilities. Thank you again for joining us as we create a more accessible, inclusive, barrier-free Ontario today and for future generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister, for your continued leadership in the area of accessibility and seniors in particular. Would you join me, please, Minister? This is the time of our announcement for you to take any questions from the media that are present. Media representatives, do you have any questions for the Minister? I'll ask one more time. Any questions from the media? Hearing none and seeing none, this concludes our announcement today. Thank you all for being here. Yeah.